Welcome to pammieplusparks. I am Pammie, your plus-size fairy godmother, bringing you all the magic that Disney, Universal, and Florida has to offer plus-size people. And you are watching us tonight, Thursday, January 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching at that time and on that day, this is a live chat. If you're watching any other time or day, it's pre-recorded, but it's still fresh. And if you've never joined us before for a pammieplusparks live chat, basically this is an opportunity for us to get together as viewers of pammieplusparks on YouTube and members of the pammieplusparks Facebook group to kind of catch up on what's going on with the YouTube channel and the Facebook group. And usually each week I have like a really special topic to talk about that's plus size related or theme park related or travel related. But this week, since it's the very first Thursday of the entire year, I thought I would kind of give you an idea of what to expect for the month of January. Last month, during the third week of December, I did my final live chat of 2018 and kind of gave you a preview of what to expect for the entire year. But since I did that, I actually came up with a whole list of stuff. Some of it's new, some of the stuff I talked about before, but I have more details, so I have a whole bunch of stuff to share with you guys tonight. Right now, I'd like to get set up here on my laptop, if I may, so I can communicate with you guys during the live chat. I want you guys to know that we do have Super Chat available. It is a feature that allows you to contribute to pammieplusparks. And any contribution that you make does help us continue to, when I say us, I mean me and Mark, my husband Mark. It helps us make more videos for you guys, more content. Your very generous contributions through Super Chat and through the PayPal, the pammieplusparks PayPal account, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Those generous contributions have helped me be able to purchase an annual pass for 2019 for Walt Disney World, and not just the 4 theme parks, but also the 2 water parks, which is amazing. And a little bit later this month, I'm going to be using some of those contributions that you've given me to purchase my annual pass for Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. It's been over 20 years since I visited that park, and I've never had an annual pass for that park. I am super excited to cover that for you in greater detail, and I've got some more stuff on here that I'm going to share with you regarding that. So, but before we get started with all that, before I actually get into this list, I'm going to set it aside for a second. I'm going to say hello to some of the folks who are here with us live. So I have pulled up my laptop here, and I can see you guys. Buddy is here. Hello. Hello, Susan. Happy New Year, you guys. Happy New Year. Hello, Shelly. Let's see. Mary is also here. Christina's here. Let's see. Deborah's also here. Hello, Dolphy. Happy New Year. Bell's here from Chile, Indiana. Oh my gosh, when you guys tell me where you are, I love that too. Frankie's here. Hi, Frankie. Hello. Happy New Year. And Marissa is here. Karen is here too. Oh, Karen, you can't stay, but you'll watch us later. Catch up with us later. I'm glad that you could join us to say hi and say Happy New Year. Marissa says Happy New Year too. My Schnook is here. Good evening. Happy New Year. And Sarah's here from Boston. Happy New Year, guys. And if you guys are interested in joining in on the chat, even after the live chat is over, you can still do that by sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas in the comment section down below, and it'll allow us to interact that way. All right, so actually something that's not on this list that I was thinking about on my drive home from work this evening that I wanted to talk about or share with you is not really Disney related, but it is plus size related, and it's a movie that I saw on Netflix that you guys may have already heard of, and it's called Dumplin', D-U-P-L-I-N with a little apostrophe on the end, Dumplin'. And the main character of the story is a young plus size woman. There are characters in the story of every size and every age in different backgrounds in life, but all of them are fascinating, three-dimensional, and they're all strong and they're all interesting, and they all have like a character arc. They all grow, they all learn something, and it's a really wonderful story. you know? When you go to the movie theaters nowadays, everything seems to be like a huge whiz-bang, kind of like explosion, special effects extravaganza. And, you know, we seem to have lost, for a big part, I think, just a good story. And I feel like Netflix is in Hulu and different providers like that are kind of bringing to us just good stories. And Dumplin' is a good story. It's no special effects extravaganza. It's just a very sweet coming of age sort of story. A story of a young woman finding herself, gaining even more confidence in herself than that she already has. So you have like a confident plus size young woman, and she gains even more confidence in herself and learns to be stronger and learns to love herself more and learns to let other people love her as well. So it's just a fantastic, fantastic movie. I wonder if you guys have seen it, what your thoughts are, and if you like it. Let's see, Christina says, yes! I just watched Dumplin' a few weeks ago. A really great feel-good movie. I have to agree with you on that. Carol says, hi, I've been missing your live chats, working too much. Yeah, I know, I worked a lot during the holidays myself. Abby said she read the book. Oh, I didn't know it was a book too, Abby. And you watched the movie. Did you prefer the book over the movie, Abby? Was one better than the other to you, or do you think they were equally good? And Angela says, so agree, loved the movie, but have heard that the book it's based on is even better. Wow. Carol says she only has 8 days till she goes to Disney. That's amazing. Elbel says, watch Dumplin' for the first time the other night. I second everything you just said. And Abby says the book was definitely better. Okay, so that's worth checking out. I think I'll be reading that book someday when I have a free minute. Because you guys know whenever I have a free minute, I'm like doing something for the channel. Either I'm vlogging, or I'm editing, or I'm coming up with new story ideas or new vlog ideas for you. In fact, that's something I'm going to talk about a little bit later. I do have tomorrow off from work, which is amazing. I have worked so much over the holidays. They decided to give me sort of a comp day off, which I really could use 3 or 4. But I'll take the 1 extra day, and I'm going to be working on something for the channel, of course. Maybe have a little downtime for me and hang out with Mark too and spend some time with him. I think I'm going to try to get him to watch Dumplin' with me. I know he'll really like the movie. I know he will, because he loves, I don't want to give too much away, but there's aspects of it that he'll really love. You guys might be surprised to learn this, but one of Mark's absolute favorite movies, besides like martial arts movies and like Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme and like stuff like that, besides that kind of action star type movie, he really, 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 really likes the Pitch Perfect movies. Pitch Perfect 1 and 2 are 2 of his favorites. Of course, whenever it's on TV, he watches it, and he like throws it in the DVD player once or twice a month. So I've seen that movie. I know it backwards and forwards because he likes movies with music and singing. And there's a little bit of that in Dumplin'. I don't want to get into it too much. You got to watch it. It's very enjoyable. Buddy says Mark has good movie taste. He does. I really like a lot of the stuff that he likes too. Mike Snook says your top is very pretty. Thank you. I got this from Torrid. I got it like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago. And I got it on a clearance sale. And I think I paid like maybe $11 for it. So their quality of their clothes is so great. So even if it were $50, I've worn this top so many times. I feel like it's worth it, you know. But I got it on sale. So I love Torrid. Actually, I do have a link down below to Torrid. If you click on that link and then you buy something using that link, a small commission does come to pammieplusparks. But, you know, even if I didn't get a commission from them, I'd still have the link down there because I do love their clothes and wear them a lot. Oh, Angela is recommending Greatest Showman as a movie to watch. I really want to see that. I don't think you can stream it anywhere, so I don't know yet, but I would really, 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 really love to see that sometime soon. I think Mark, I don't know if he'd like that. He doesn't like full-out musicals, but he likes movies with music in them, especially if it's like really good singing. All right, so I wanted to recommend that to you guys, that it's something you're looking out for if you have like a rainy day or if you're snowed in or whatever. That's a great movie to watch. Let's take a look. So I want to tell you some of the things that you can look forward to in 2019, especially the month of January. There's a lot going on in January for the pammieplusparks channel. First and foremost, tomorrow, Mark and I are going to go, is it tomorrow? No, it's Saturday. Tomorrow's Friday. On Saturday, Mark and I are going to go to the Contemporary Resort at Walt Disney World, and we're going to do something completely different. We're going to do a dining event called Savor, Sip, and Sparkle. And basically what it is it's sort of like a smaller cocktail party with fireworks involved. So you go to the Contemporary Resort, you go up to the top floor where California Grill is, and they have a separate private room. So it's a smaller event. I think they limit the number of people that can be there to like 50, maybe 100 at the most. And it's like a buffet of small plates, hors d'oeuvres, appetizers, charcuterie, cheeses, meats, and then they have sushi as well. So basically a really good sampling of all the types of dishes that are served at the California Grill, but in little smaller portions. You also get unlimited champagne, beer, and wine. And then when the hour strikes and it's just about time for fireworks, they lead you out to a private balcony on the roof where you can watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks, and they have all the music piped in so you can enjoy the same music with the fireworks. Now you're not super close to the fireworks, which is good for me because I have a little issue with fireworks. It affects me. Makes me really nervous and anxious, and I just have a really hard time with the noise. I love looking at the fireworks. I love fireworks. And sometimes I can tolerate them if I'm in an wide open area and they're far enough away when I'm at Magic Kingdom, but you know, I have certain crowd level, certain things have to fall into place for me to really be able to fully enjoy fireworks. So to be far enough away to really enjoy them, this will be perfect. I'll be able to see everything and completely enjoy it. I won't feel like they're right on top of me. I won't feel overwhelmed. So I'm really excited about that. And this is a gift that I'm giving to Mark for his birthday, which took place last month, and he's paid for half of it as a Christmas gift to me. So I may not actually be vlogging this. In fact, I have no plans to do so. Sometimes you just have to go to Disney and do something that you enjoy. And this isn't something that I paid for using any income that came in from the channel. It was our own personal funds that we paid for. So it's going to be something that we'll probably keep private. But I plan to take some pictures, and I might take little snippets of video, and maybe I'll put together a video from that later. Or I'll just give you a verbal review of what I think about the experience. Oh, and I forgot to tell you too, after you watch the fireworks, you come back into that little party room, and they have a buffet of desserts set up. All kinds of chocolates and cakes and pastries and all sorts of delectables, and again, more champagne. So I think that's going to be a really fun evening. It's something very different that neither of us has ever done before. And it's not like a real dining experience in the sense that you're not getting a sit-down dinner, but I like the idea of being able to sample a lot of different things from California Grill, because that's a really expensive restaurant. And you know, I don't know, do I want to do a dinner there sometime? Although this particular event is probably almost as expensive, if not just as expensive, as going to dinner there. But I can't wait to tell you about that and share that with you coming forward a little later, maybe in our next live chat, and tell you how I liked that and let you know if it's worth it, if it's worth the money. So something else we have coming up that's also another type of dining experience that's something completely different is going to be the Storybook Dining character meal at Artist Point, which is a restaurant at Wilderness Lodge. And you get to meet Snow White, the Queen, Dopey, and Grumpy, and there's like all kinds of like music and dancing and lights, and the atmosphere is supposed to be really great. I've watched a number of wonderful reviews of this particular dining experience. If I remember later, maybe you guys have to remind me, if I remember later, I'll do a link to a video review from a vlogging couple called the WDW couple, the Walt Disney World couple. They did a great job with their review, and I'll share that with you so you can see what they thought of the Storybook Dining. and you know, share that with you so you can see if it's something that you'd be interested in. I might vlog this. It depends on if I can find an angle for something that will be of interest to you, because I know there's a lot of, sorry, my nose is itchy. There's a lot of vloggers who've done it on their own channel, and I don't want to be redundant and cover something everybody else has covered. But I have a feeling there may be a plus size aspect to this, because from what I understand, they have arms on the chairs there, so maybe that's something I can show you if they give you an alternate seating, what they offer for you, what that experience is like. And one of the dishes that they serve as a shared appetizer has shellfish in it, which I'm allergic to, so it might be interesting to see how they handle food allergies and special food requests, and that could be something that I share with you. But that experience for the Storybook dining is a gift from some friends of ours that we really love and adore and miss, and we wish you were having the dinner with us, but maybe the next time you're here we will. They asked to remain anonymous, but we love you, we miss you, thank you so much for that meal. I cannot wait to enjoy that experience. Now before I go on and tell you more about what we're doing in the parks over the next few weeks, I want to look and see what people have written for comments. I see you guys are just chatting up a storm here. Let's see. I don't want to miss anything. All right, let's see. I'm so sorry. My nose is itchy. That always happens. I never have an itchy nose until I get into a live chat and there's people watching me rub my nose. It's always the way. Let's see. Carol says she'll use the Torrid link maybe tomorrow. That would be awesome. Thank you for doing that. If you do, if you shop with them, that really helps the channel. Every little bit of income certainly helps. Oh, Buddy says he knows some people who've done the Savor Sip Sparkle at the Contemporary and they loved it. So that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Joanna says she doesn't enjoy fireworks. Even as a kid, I didn't like them. Well, you know, I've always had an issue with the sound, the loud noises. And then if you couple that with a lot of people standing around me and the loud noises together, very overwhelming and very anxiety inducing. And I don't really find myself to be much of an, not a tremendously anxious, nervous person, but that really does trigger it in me. So Frankie asked if the book is called Dumpling, that when we were talking about earlier about the movie Dumpling, is the book also called Dumpling? That's good to know. I don't know. Somebody will probably tell us. Thank you for asking, Frankie. That way we'll be able to find it. David asked, how much does it cost for 2 people? For the Savor Sip Sparkle, it was, I don't remember the exact amount, but it was like $230, something along those lines. And the reason why it was so expensive, it was like 50-something, $60-something a person. And then they also work into it a rather large gratuity. I believe 20% gratuity was added into it automatically, so you don't have to worry about tipping, which may sound like a lot, but I like to not have to worry about tipping and figuring that out. It's all included and I don't have to worry about it. And I think because they're including champagne and wine and beer and stuff like that, that's what really kind of drives the cost up a little bit more. So, you know, it's very expensive. It's not something we would normally do on a day-to-day basis. We don't dine out like that very often. So this will be a special experience for us, a special night out. I think it's something we really need for sure. Julie asks, says, I've fallen in love with your videos. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you, Julie, for watching. I'm really happy to do this. And I cannot tell you how happy and excited it makes me that something that I enjoy doing, sharing information about parks, showing you how to navigate parks as a plus size person or someone with mobility or accessibility concerns, knowing that you guys, hearing back from you guys that the videos have helped you enjoy the parks in a way you never have before, or helped alleviate any fears you have and helped you relax and make wonderful memories with your family. That is so amazing. It makes me so happy to be able to do that, and so happy that you guys are watching. Thank you very much for watching. Ingrid Olson says, Dumpling is a movie on Netflix. Not sure if it's a book. Yes, it is a book, but we're wondering if the book is also the same title as the movie. So if anyone knows that, just let us know. Shelley says, someday you should rent a private pontoon boat for happily ever fireworks. It's an amazing view and a great experience. I think that would be so wonderful. I would love to do that. I I know it's very expensive though, so I don't know how much that is, but I imagine it would be several $100s. But you know, every now and then you got to do something different and invest a little bit in a memory, so we'll see. Carol says, Flight of Passage is my goal by year's end. I hope that you're able to ride that for sure. That would be great. Julie says, I'm about the same size as you, just 5'7", 5 feet 7 inches tall. I have mobility issues, damaged nerves and hips, so I use a scooter when we go. So nice to be comfortable and not in pain, for sure. Your videos have been so helpful. Thank you, Julie. I'm so glad. And thank you for sharing your experiences with scooters. I always recommend people who have any sort of pain or discomfort, take advantage of renting a scooter. Make the most of your vacation. Enjoy it. Relax. And if you're traveling with a group of people, you can always share that scooter amongst you. My Snook says, we always love watching the fireworks from the dock at the Grand Floridian for the same crowd and noise reasons, but you experience sounds like it will be awesome. Oh, the experience we're doing. Well, I'm going to learn how to read someday. Buddy mentioned that, yes, he did watch the vlog that the WDW couple did for the Storybook dining, and it was really well done. Yeah, they do a very good job. Josh has some really fantastic camera equipment and really good skills as a videographer, and they do a very good job editing their videos. I really enjoy watching their food vlogs. Marissa says, I definitely would like to hear your review when you have your Storybook dining experience. Yeah, you know, like the WDW couple, I love the stuff that they do inside the parks, and I love what they do with their food videos and vlogs. And there's a number of other vloggers that I absolutely adore, and they're for different reasons, for different stuff that they cover. But, you know, they don't cover it from a plus size angle, from a plus size perspective, or somebody who's in a scooter or uses a mobility device or something like that, or has photosensitivity issues. So I'm always looking out for that kind of stuff and trying to keep that in mind when I go to vlog, so I can share that with you. I mean, I am a plus size person. My husband has photosensitivity issues. I have issues with noises. So like those things are always in play. I'm always thinking of that for us. But I always try to keep in mind, like, what's this experience like for someone in a scooter, someone who uses a mobility device. I want to make sure I can give you as much information as possible so you can know what to expect when you go to a theme park or dining experience or a ride. You know, I like you to have that so you can relax and just enjoy yourself when you're there. Lisa says, hi Pammie, I'm late but glad to be here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. We're just getting started, really. Rachel says, we got platinum passes this year thanks to your videos. I feel comfortable getting on the rides. Super nervous to try Pandora though. That is awesome that you're getting the platinum pass. I am, thanks to the generosity of the contributions from people who watch these videos during super chats and also through PayPal, I was also able to get a platinum pass for myself. I'm super excited to be able to cover more parks for you guys. As far as being nervous about Flight of Passage, who am I to tell you how to feel? Just some lady who has a channel on YouTube. But don't be nervous. It's not going to bite you. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to get physically harmed by it. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. If it turns out, for whatever reason, that ride doesn't work for you, they're going to be super nice about it. The cast members are very sensitive, very kind, very friendly, very helpful. When you're in the ride room, there are 15 other people with you, so 16 people total, and everybody's facing a wall in a darkened room, and they're all adjusting and getting themselves ready, and they don't even notice the cast member crouched down beside you to help you. If the cast member can't help you fit, they'll just very quietly say, please come with me, and they'll just escort you out behind everyone. So if you don't make a big deal about it and you don't make a fuss and you kind of let your family and friends know before you go on the ride, hey, this ride might not work for me, so if I exit, don't worry about it. If I take an early exit, just stay, enjoy the ride, I'll meet you right outside. And so when you pop outside, there's a cast member there, and generally they give you anywhere from 1 to 2 passes to enjoy for the rest of the day, sometimes for the rest of your visit. It just depends on what they're doing that day. And then you sit on a nice cushy bench. There's a little bit of air conditioning in there. You wait for the rest of your party. The rest of your party comes out. They stop off with that cast member, and they also get their fast passes, so you all have the same free fast passes to enjoy together. and you go about your day. There's so much to enjoy in the park, so many fun and amazing things to do. If one ride out of the dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of rides at Walt Disney World doesn't work for you, it's one ride. There's so much other great stuff to enjoy. Please don't be nervous about that. You're going to have an amazing time. People will treat you very well. You're just going to have a blast. Don't worry about it. You know, it's one ride out of the entire park if it doesn't work for you. But I will tell you this, 80% of the people who try the ride fit. So the odds are in favor. You may as well try. Frankie says, we just got back a couple of weeks ago. Thanks for your suggestions and encouragement. Helped me a lot. I'm glad to hear that, Frankie. I know you love going to the parks. I'm glad that the tips and tricks we give you help you enjoy it even more. Christina says, we had deluxe dining plan and we went last month for a vacation and ate at signature restaurants each night, and holy moly, the tips got to be very expensive. Yes. That's the tough thing about like doing the dining plans, because your tips are not included in the dining plan. So, you know, you might be tempted to use the dining plan and go to the more expensive restaurants, but you still have to pay the tip. So you need to budget that in. David says, your videos greatly helped my wife before our visit in December to Disney, as she is a poo-sized lady. That's awesome. I'm so glad that the videos helped for sure. That is amazing. It's so nice to be able to have a resource where, you know, they're going to give you some information that is real, that works for you, and that is going to help you just sit back, relax, and enjoy your experience there. If you haven't already, we do have a Facebook group you could join as well. It is pammieplusparks on Facebook. And another group that I recommend highly if you're looking for information about plus size stuff, a huge group, the biggest group for plus size people for Disney, is Disney Parks for Plus Sized Guests. So check them out on Facebook. Another group that I love too is DisneyPALSPlus, and they're more of a social group. So if you're looking for a place to post like crafting and recipes and just like be more of a social friends kind of group, and they do have information, a lot of great useful information. But if you're just looking for a Disney fix and looking to meet some Disney friends and share Disney stuff, Disney humor, all kinds of cool stuff like that, that's a fantastic group to belong to. Julie says, we took all 12 for 8 days in November, headed back down in March. Artist Point was booked solid. It looks so good. Oh, and if you and Mark have never eaten at Asker, is it Akershus in Norway? Go. It's amazing. Now, I'm going to do that someday, probably with one of my girlfriends, because Mark looked at the menu for that and he was like, no way, Jose. He did not like that menu, but you know, what are you going to do? I think I will. My family, my dad's side of the family is Swedish and my mom's side is Italian, so all the stuff that's on that menu is all stuff I grew up eating, so I'd be happy with that. I don't know how to say your name, but it's CRP82. I wanted to say that you helping me... Oh! I know who this is. This is Corey. Hi, Corey. Corey says, I wanted to say that you helping me surprise my fiance, Christina, has been a great talking point with friends, family, and acquaintances when we share our engagement and vacation story. You come up. That's so fantastic. Thank you, Corey. Thanks for dropping in and watching the live chat. I don't know if you guys saw Pammie's epic Epcot adventure video, but in that video, I went to Epcot to renew my annual pass. And I also did a surprise sneak attack on Christina, who's not just a fan of the channel and a member in the Facebook group, but when I asked people to be moderators, she was one of the people who applied to be a moderator, and I had her on my list of people that I was going to invite to be a moderator for the group, and her boyfriend happened to write me an email and mention her name in the email as someone that he wanted to have surprised for her birthday when they came on vacation. And I was like, wait a minute, is that the same Christina? And then I like did a little Nancy Drew work on Facebook and realized he was the boyfriend of the girl that I wanted to make a moderator. So I made an exception. I don't normally meet people in the parks because, you know, to meet one person and not meet everybody else is not fair. It's not fair to you guys. It's hard for me to be able to guarantee that I can do it and then to ask you guys to meet at a time when it's convenient for me and interrupt your vacation. Your vacation's for you and your family. So if you happen to run into me in the parks, that's cool, but I don't usually plan something like this. But because I knew Christina was going to be invited to be one of the moderators of the Facebook group, I had to try to meet her in person if I could. So it took us, Corey, it took us what, like 2 months? It took us 2 months or so of planning to make it happen. So that's why I don't normally plan meeting people in the parks, because it can take months of work and phone calls and emails and texts and everything. And I can't, if I did that for every single person who asked, that would be a full-time job in itself. So I just go to the parks, I vlog, I do what I can do, and if I meet you, if I run into you, please stop me and say hello, grab me, let me know how you're enjoying your day in the parks. Maybe we can take a picture, maybe I can record you doing the outro and put you in one of the videos or something like that. That would be cool, but usually I don't plan to meet up with people, but that was quite an exception. It was a wonderful experience, and I caught it on video, and you can see it in Pammie's epic Epcot adventure. All right, Susan says, I love the carousel progress vlog. Wonderful. I will be able to see the show with my scooter. Alexia will the Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow song. My husband keeps humming the song. He's never been to Disney. That song will not leave your head. I sing it in the shower. I love that song. It's such an optimistic song. Angela says she just booked Port Orleans French Quarter in September. Do you have any videos or input on the accommodations there? Unfortunately, I am not a great resource for resorts at this time. I haven't started to cover the resorts yet. Because I'm a local, I live just a couple of hours away. It doesn't make sense for me to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars staying in the different hotels and the resorts. So I can't really do that. Coming up, there will be people who are going to be moderators for the Facebook group who will come down and visit, and if they come down and visit and stay in a resort, I will be going to visit the resort if they let me and give you a tour of their room if they allow. So that will be great. That will be something I can add into the vlogs. And of course, anybody who's a member of the Facebook group, pammieplusparks on Facebook, go visit there, join, ask your questions about the resorts there. There's tons of people who've stayed in the resorts who can give you lots of wonderful feedback. Christina's like, hey y'all, it's me, Christina. That's great. Yes, Corey confirmed it did take us 2 months to set up that sneak attack on Christina. Julie says, I love how you're always so honest and through your videos. You really do a great job. I have enjoyed the clothing boxes too. The outfits are great. I've really been enjoying them too. And I have to tell you, having Dia and Company sponsor the boxes for me and give me the clothes so I can actually try them on for you has been amazing, because I could not afford to have a box every single month and show you what they have to offer unless they gave it to me to show to you. So thank you so much to Dia and Company for doing that so that I can show you things, so I can show you all the different types of clothing options that are out there. And Christina said, oh, let's see. Oh, if you ask Alexa, Susan says, she will play A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. Sorry, I wasn't clear. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, that would be playing in my house constantly. Okay, let's move on to continue to talk about a little bit more about what I'll be covering in the parks coming up in January. So, also in January, I'm going to be doing a video for Universal Studios for my very first trip to Universal Studios in like 20 or 22 years, something like that. So much like how I did Pammie's epic Epcot adventure and I went and I renewed my annual pass for Walt Disney World, I'm going to actually do a similar type of vlog for Universal when I go there to buy my very first ever annual pass, and I'll show you what that experience is like, and I'll give you my first impressions on the park as a whole. And that'll kind of be my first introductory vlog, and then I'll probably spend the rest of the day that I'm there just kind of getting my legs. And one of the things I hope you guys will understand as I move forward with covering Universal Studios, for the most part, it's brand new to me, and I don't really know the park anymore. It's changed so much in the two decades since I last went. So bear with me. It might take me a little longer to get the videos out and decide which rides I'm going to do first, second, third, fourth. Please don't expect that I'm going to run right to Gringotts or I'm going to run right to the Harry Potter rides and start doing those right away. I'm probably going to work my way through the park and mix those and fold those in. I can tell you that at the size that I'm at now, there's going to be a number of rides that I won't be able to fit on. I just am not going to fit on them. But what I'll do is I will gather as much information, plus size information that I can for you, as much accessibility information as I can for you. And if it's possible for me to show you the queues and show you what the queue looks like inside, whatever I can manage to get for you, I'm going to get for you and create the best possible video that I can when I go. And of course, everything that I do fit on, everything that is accessible to me, I'm going to cover those very thoroughly as I can. One of the things I do understand about Universal Studios is for many of their rides, they do not allow you to carry anything onto the ride. So you're not even really supposed to have a phone or a camera. So some of them I'm not going to be able to get you the shots of the seats that I have been able to do at Disney, but I'm going to get you as much as I possibly can. And if they have a test seat, I'm going to show you every square inch of that thing and show you how to get in and out of the ride to the best of my ability. So please know that I will do everything I can to create the best, most comprehensive, most informational videos that I can, based on being plus size, based on mobility concerns, the use of mobility devices, and accessibility concerns. Yeah. And then the other thing I want to try to do, and I know this is kind of ambitious because we're already at the end of the first week of January, but I would really, 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 really like to go to one of the water parks once this month before it gets super cold in like February. Well, super cold for Florida. I would like to start covering those for you as soon as I possibly can. And I'm going to need a new swimsuit, so I had to find like some place to get a new bathing suit. And I want it to be kind of modest, and because I'm going to be vlogging, I don't want to have all my goodies on display. So I might do something like one of those rash guard type shirts and like board shorts or something like that, something that's a little more modest. I have no problem wearing a bathing suit. I don't have any issues. I'm not afraid of my body or people seeing it or anything like that. I feel like it looks more professional. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to start covering the water parks for you. And also it's going to be cold when I'm doing it, so I don't know that I want to be wearing a bathing suit. I might want to wear something that has a little more coverage and maybe will keep me a little warmer. So we'll see. A couple more people are writing some more comments. Let's take a look really quick. Jenny says, "Hi Pammie, here now, better late than never. I want to thank you. Your video on the swirling saucers convinced my mother, who is going with me, to ride it after all. She loves you, by the way." That's wonderful. Thank you, Jenny. Tell her I love her too. And I hope that you guys have the best time on that ride. I mean, you saw how hard I laughed on that. Like, Slinky Dog Dash is fun and it's thrilling. And it's such a lovely roller coaster, and it's like just so smooth, and it's just the right amount of exciting. It's such a wonderful, thrilling coaster to go on. But if you want to laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, the Swirling Saucers is where it's at, because that ride is so delightful and just makes me laugh and laugh. I love it. It reminds me of an old-fashioned sort of carnival ride, but like a better version of it, because it's a little bit bumpy, and I'm okay with that, but it's so fun. Sally asks, "Are you also in the sister Facebook group for Universal?" I believe that Disney Parks for Plus-Sized Guests has a sister group. I believe, I hope I don't get the name wrong, but I believe it's Universal Curved is what it's called. And yes, I am a member in that group, and I have spoken to the administrators and the moderators for that group and asked them if I would be able to post my videos in their group, which they'll allow me to do. One thing you guys might not realize is when I post my videos to Disney Parks for Plus-Sized Guests, and in the future for Universal Curved, I am not allowed to post a link to my videos inside there. Which is totally understandable, because if they let me do it, they have to let everybody do it, and then people will be posting all kinds of crazy stuff. Because that link would take you outside of their group to a page like YouTube where ads are shown and advertising takes place, and because the videos do earn money when you view them in YouTube, that's why they don't allow me to post the link inside of their group. But what I do, because it's more important to me that you guys get the information than it is that I make money off of it. I know that sounds completely stupid and I shouldn't do it, but I'm more concerned with people getting the information that they need. And I figure if God means me to do this and I'm supposed to be doing this, the money for it will happen. It'll come to me. So if I'm not supposed to be doing this and I'm not doing a good job at it, the money will not happen and I won't be able to afford to do it and it'll just dry up and go away. But what's most important, my job here is to make sure I help other people. And so what I do for Disney Parks for plus sized guests and for Universal Curve when the time comes for them to post videos there, I actually upload my video directly into the group so it doesn't link out anywhere. So if you see a video of mine that you like in either of those groups, I don't think you're going to actually be able to share it because it's loaded directly into that group and it's a private group. So you would actually have to leave, go to YouTube, find the video, get the link there, and then share it with people. But, you know, whatever it takes is fine. I just want to make sure that people have exposure to the information and they have the information they need to have a good vacation. That's more important than trying to make a buck, that's for sure. Frankie says, cannot say how much I appreciate your speaking about mobility issues. I will tell you something. It wasn't something I had planned to do at first because I do not use a mobility device, and I don't feel like I have a right to speak about that. I feel like somebody who has mobility concerns would be better to do videos about that. I prefer that. And if someone comes forward and asks me to help them or mentor them and is interested in doing that and really wants to pursue it, I will give all the information and help and support that I possibly can to do that, because I feel like a person who has mobility concerns is a better spokesperson for a video like that than myself. But in the meantime, until someone comes along and does that, I'm happy to gather as much information as I can and give you as much information I can. I unfortunately cannot give you a first-person account of those experiences on the rides, but I'll do whatever I can to give you as much information as possible in the meantime, until somebody else comes along and does it better, which I'm sure they will eventually. I hope someone does. Kristen recommends Lane Bryant for bathing suits. I will check them out. Christina says, Pammie, they have swim capris that are very modest. I might check that out. That would be awesome. Let's see. A lot of people are saying they like those. That's good. That's good to know. And Kristen asks, I don't know why more people don't wear swim capris. They are so comfy. And Cindy says, I just bought a capri swim bottom. I love how it fits. Oh, this is all great to know. Let's see. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for watching the videos. I really appreciate it. And Christina says, I wore them to Asbury Park over the summer, and we were done at the beach and hanging out on the boardwalk. It was nice and dry and it feel like normal clothes. That's great. Let's see, what else? Charlotte says, I'm worried about the plane journey to Orlando from the UK. We are flying with Thomas Cook going premium. I just hope they're wide enough. It makes me feel ill thinking about it. You know, I don't know what those seats are like, but you know that you can call the airline, tell them what flight you're on. They'll look up the plane style that you're going on, and they'll give you the measurements of the seat. In fact, most airlines have a page on their website where the seat widths are all listed. So check it out. That might make you feel a little more comfortable knowing how wide the seat is. And you can even ask the customer service representative if they have a customer of size policy and what that might be and what they do to help people who are customers of size. You know, I always believe doing a little research and doing a little legwork ahead of time will definitely alleviate a lot of your nervousness and anxiousness. And here's the thing too, when you make a phone call, Charlotte, when you call customer service, they can't see you. They don't know who you are. They can't judge you. They don't know you from Adam. They're not going to make fun of you in front of a bunch of people. Not that anyone would ever do that, really, that's in customer service. But if that's a concern of yours, making a phone call and asking questions about stuff over the phone is a great anonymous way to get the information you need that's going to make you feel more comfortable. So I highly recommend calling customer service and finding out what they have for information for you. Oh, Julie says, Pammie, I do not make videos, but while we're there in March, if you would like to do a video about plus-size person on a scooter with mobility issues, you can come with us one day, lunch on me. That is very sweet, Julie. I don't, again, usually plan to meet people in the parks because it is really difficult to do that. It can take months to make it happen and coordinate. You're there on vacation, enjoy your vacation and have fun. There is a chance that I do have a couple of friends who have some mobility concerns who may be willing to appear with me in a video and help me make a video, or who may give me some information about what it's like to be someone using a scooter or mobility device so that I can actually do that, use a mobility device in a video and show you what it's like from my perspective. So that might be something that I do down the line. I definitely want to try the parks with a scooter and see what that's like. I've never done that before. If I were staying on property or staying up in Orlando for like 4 or 5 days and going to the parks every single day, I would totally get a scooter. But because I live just a couple of hours away, I'm never there for more than a day or two at a time. So I've never really gotten tired enough to need one. But if I ever stayed for a longer period of time, I would definitely get one. So I wanted to share some other things that you guys can expect from pammieplusparks in 2019 and also in the month of January. I have a DS style box coming my way. I should be receiving that on Monday. So sometime next week I'll be filming another style box video, and that's the fashions, not the activewear, but the actual day-to-day fashions. So I'll be making another video for you about that and posting that later in the month, so you can look forward to that. And I believe my activewear box comes in a couple more weeks. Might be coming at the end of January. So you might not get another activewear box video until February. But to make up for that, I've actually filmed a video on New Year's Day, the one day I had off, because of course I never stop. Anytime I have a free minute, I'm always doing something for the channel for you guys. I filmed a mega haul video, and basically one of the things you guys have commented on is you have concerns about Dia is being a bit expensive, and I agree. Torrid can be very expensive too, but sometimes you have to make an investment in clothes and yourself and your appearance, and that's what, and I think it's good for us to have a wide range of like what's out there that's higher quality, what's out there that's mid quality. And so one of the things I'm going to try to do to sort of rededicate myself to the fashion stuff, because I know how important that is for plus size people to have resources for fashion that are affordable. I'm going to try to cover more stuff in a different variety of ranges. And that's part of what this mega haul was. I used some Christmas money to buy some things for myself, and I received some gifts. So I have things from stores like Torrid that was on sale, and I'll show you how I got really great sale prices. I have some stuff from HSN. I have some things from Shop Disney that were gifts that I'm super excited to share with you. And I also have some things from Walmart, very surprising outfits from Walmart. So I want to show you some more affordable clothes. And as part of that, like affordable fashion and sort of like building a wardrobe, which I think is very important for plus size women, especially if you're in the business world, there's an expectation. You know, you look at other women and how fashionable they are and how they're treated differently because of the way they dress, how they get better work assignments, how they get promotions, and how they get plum roles at work and things like that. They get first crack at some of the cooler projects. And it has a lot to do with how they dress, how they present themselves. And sometimes there's just not the same options out there for plus size women. And so I'm hoping to bring some of that to you, to show you some more ways to dress professionally, to dress if you're single, date nights, different ways to style yourself, different ways to be able to build a wardrobe in an affordable way. And part of that is actually tomorrow, for the very first time, I'm going to be meeting with a representative from a store called Curve, C-U-R-V. Curve has, I believe, 4 locations total throughout the Tampa Bay area. They are in Bradenton, Clearwater, St. Petersburg, and Tampa. And what they are is a clothing resale business that specializes in plus size clothes. So people bring in gently used, and sometimes not used at all, new with tags, plus size clothing. They turn them in, they get a credit for the clothing, and they can use that credit to purchase more clothing, different clothing. And it's a very affordable way. It's a great way to clear out your closet. It's a great way to repurpose, reuse, upcycle your clothing and make sure that it's not getting thrown into a recycle heap, but people will buy it and love it and wear it. And it's a great way for you to sort of freshen your closet. Maybe you've changed sizes, maybe you've gained weight, maybe you've lost weight, and you need to get some new clothing. That's a great way to do it. Now, the stores are only in the Tampa Bay area right now, but I'm hoping in showing you this, it will give you an idea. Maybe you can start looking for plus size clothing resellers, or maybe different types of shops along those lines, whether it's a consignment shop or resale shop or something like that. Maybe it'll spark some ideas with that. Maybe showing you different fashions on people of different sizes, hopefully will spark some interest in you and like how to style yourself and how to try different styles and colors and get things to work for you. So that's really kind of, I'm hoping that it works out with Curve. I'm hoping that I can do some videos to show you how their store works, to introduce you to their stores, and maybe even show you some Disney bounding videos and with their help. And that would be really great. And here's the thing, even if you live someplace where they don't have a clothing resale place like that, but you're coming to Florida to go to Walt Disney World, like I said, they have locations in Bradenton, Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg. A lot of times people, you come out, when you're here in Florida, you come for a day or two in the beach. This might be a place to stop off. Curve might be a place to shop while you're down here. So I can't wait to show you that store because I shop there. I love it. The staff is amazing. The owner of the company is a woman. She is amazing. It's just a fantastic business, and I want to promote that. Even though they're not like a national business, you know, I just want to promote that. I just want to share that with you. So, and I hope that in the process of sharing Curve with you, if they let me do that, that I can also share with you a lot of styling tips and things that you can carry with you through your day-to-day life that will help you feel more confident in your jobs, in dating, in your relationships, because, you know, clothes really do help you feel better about yourself and help you be better prepared for life. Let's see what else we have here. Candy says she's joining a little late. It says hello. Hello, Candy. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you watching. Let's see. There are some folks that, Charlotte had some questions about the airline that she's flying with, and there are some folks who are actually giving her some answers. Thank you, Christina, for answering some of her questions. I really appreciate that. Let's see, Julie says, oh, Julie is talking about the scooter. She says it's a wonderful thing. When I got to, I could not do the walking. I was mortified at first, so embarrassed that I cried. Now it's just a blessing to be able to go and enjoy without pain. I think that's amazing. Yes, you definitely want to go ahead and try to, you know, use the scooter if you need one. That's what they're there for. Andy says, hey, Pammie, stopping by to say hi. I'll watch the whole thing tomorrow. Hi, Andy. I hope that you enjoy it and you leave your comments on the videos later. I'm so glad that Charlotte's connecting with somebody who can answer her questions about the airline seat. I think that's amazing. And I hope, Charlotte, that you join pammieplusparks on Facebook, because you'll get even more information and insights there from the members that are there that have experience with your airline. Christina's giving some great info too, so that's fantastic. Cindy's also appreciating those airline tips. As far as the seatbelt goes, Cindy, on a plane, my nose is so itchy, it's crazy, sorry. Just ask for seatbelt extender. I did like 6 months of research regarding seatbelt extenders, and one of the things I learned after speaking to a number of different flight attendants is that the best thing for the flight attendants that works best for them, and it's going to help you get your seatbelt extender in a very discreet and easy manner, is as you're boarding the plane, and you know how the flight attendant says, welcome aboard, enjoy your flight. Just pause for a second and say, thank you very much. I'm going to be in such and such a seat. I would like an extender, please. And they know exactly what you're talking about. You don't have to like go into detail or make it into a big production. Just tell them you would like an extender, please. And then after everybody's boarded the plane and they've got everything settled, they'll bring an extender to your seat for you. And I would urge you to ask for one whether or not you think you really need one, even though you might not be sure, because from what I understand, the flight attendants, if you wait until the flight is almost ready to take off and then you start asking for one, it can be kind of a task for them to go and find it and search it out for you. So just ask for it before you even sit down. And if it turns out you don't need it, all you have to do is slip that extender in the pocket of the seat in front of you, and then when you go to leave the plane, pull it out and hand it to the flight attendant as you exit, or just leave it on your seat. It's very easy. Flight attendants are very discreet and very kind about it. I have to have water, sorry. Charlotte's asking, how's the weather in July over Orlando? I personally do not think July is the hottest month. I believe it is September. In my opinion, September is the most humid, the hottest. September is the month where we have the most storms. It is the time of the year, September is the month we have the most. September and early October are the last 2 weeks of September and the first 2 weeks of October are the weeks that we have the most storm activity and the highest likelihood of hurricanes. But July is super hot. It's usually in the lower to mid 90s. Humidity is usually right around 80 to 99%. So it's not just the heat, the humidity. It actually feels like it's a wet blanket laying on you of heat. If you're from Florida, or if you've lived in Florida like I have for many years, you know, I sweat and it's hot. I'm like, yeah, it's hot. I'm sweating. I just don't think anything of it. I've just been around it so long, it just doesn't even bother me anymore. You just learn to dress for it. You know, a lot of times what I do when I go to the parks, I'll wear an outfit in the parks and I have another outfit in my bag, or I'll have a pair of shorts and underwear in my bag, and I'll switch out into dry underwear and shorts and a dry t-shirt and switch out my clothes just before I get to the car. A lot of times I just switch out, believe it or not, I switch the bottom out. I'll switch out to dry shorts and stuff. And then when I get to the car, I like duck down and I change my shirt when I get to the car, because you just sweat so much on the way to the car that your shirt will be soaking wet again. And so I'll change into a dry shirt when I get to the car, and that's how I feel comfortable. But yeah, I mean, you dress very in light colors, lightweight fabrics, loose fabrics. Excuse me. Every 2 hours, get out of the sun, get out of the heat, get inside of some air conditioning for at least 20 minutes, drink ice cold water. It will cool your body down, and just take lots of breaks. My personal opinion, if you're going to go and stay on property, go to the parks at rope drop, get there before the parks open, at least 30 minutes before they open, 45 to 30 minutes, because they let you in partway into the park before the park opens, and enjoy it. Enjoy the park for like 2-3 hours. Leave, go back to your resort, have some lunch, have a shower, have a swim, have a nap, cool off, and then later in the day when it cools off, go back into the parks. Hi, Amy. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Amy. I can't wait for you to see my upcoming video. I told everyone that I did a mega haul video, and Amy, you're going to know why. You're going to see why when you see that video. It's coming up in like a week or two, so I can't wait to share that with you. You're going to love it. Christina, thank you for giving so many extra tips about flying in the washroom on airplanes. Thank you so much. Christina asked, Pammie, have you ever thought about doing a how-to hair video? You do that one with the bun. Super cute. You know, I cannot believe you guys asked me to do makeup and hair tutorial videos, because I do not think of myself as being someone who knows how to do hair well, and I don't think of myself as being someone who does makeup well, although I love hair and makeup. But yes, I will eventually do that sometime in 2019, because so many people have asked for it. I will do it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'll save it till just before summertime, and I'll show you my favorite summer hair tips, and my favorite summer hairdos, to show you how I keep my hair off my head in what I like to call like bulletproof hairstyles. Hairstyles that or roller coaster proof hairstyles that you can get on a water ride or a roller coaster, and it's still going to look cute. It's still going to look fresh. It's easy to maintain. You don't have to constantly comb it and touch it and tweak it and spray it. I do not like doing any of that at all. I just like to be able to put my hair up, have it be like an iron helmet, not touch it all day. So I'll show you some of my tips for hairstyling in the parks. I mean, I don't really think my hair looks that cute when I go to the parks because I usually do this type of style and I pull it up in a ponytail, or I do the buns, or there's a few other things. Like I love doing the braids that I do crisscross on the top of my head, stuff like that. But I'll share all of those with you so you can see what I do. I think Julie says, yes, I love the hairstyles too. And the natural color is just beautiful. Thank you so much, Julie. But you know, if you guys want that, if you want to see how I do those hairstyles, awesome. I will do them for you, even though I don't think they're that super great. But okay, cool. I'd love to show you ways to stay cool. And really getting your hair up off your neck is a great way to stay cool in the summer. Yeah, Dolphy says, I'm going to Disney at September 13th through the 16th. I will bring extra clothes in my day bag. Yeah, your park bag, if you have like a backpack that you're carrying, bring extra with you. If you're staying on property and you're planning to go back to your room anyhow, don't worry about bringing extra clothes with you. Just sweat it up. And then when you go back to your room for your rest, that's when you can shower and change and stuff like that. What I would recommend that you bring like those little Tide Pods, something like that, and do laundry while you're there. That way you don't have to pack as much stuff, and it doesn't take that much longer to do laundry. And I think they use not quarters, but like you can pay to have like a little debit card thingy that you use. It might even go on your room key to use the laundry facilities there. When I do a tour of one of the resorts, I'll check that out for you. But I love doing laundry when I'm on vacation. I don't like doing laundry usually, but when I'm on vacation, I love it because it means I don't have to pack as much clothing because I wash the clothing repeatedly that I have. And here's one of the nerdy things that I do. The last day of my vacation, whatever it is we're doing, we stop doing stuff at around noon. We go back to our hotel or resort. We kick back, we relax. I do some laundry. We either get room service or we get a pizza delivered to the hotel room, and we just watch movies, and I do laundry, and I pack the bag, and I fold everything up in the bag, and I only leave out of the bag that which we need if we're on a road trip or for our bag on the plane or whatever. So when we get home, as soon as we walk through the door, within 15 minutes, I have all the bags completely unpacked, and all that freshly laundered clothing is put away. If I do not put everything away within 15 minutes of walking through the door, it will sit there for 3 weeks on the floor in the suitcase. I'm that lazy. So that's one of my tips that I do. Do your laundry just before you leave. Wash everything, put all this freshly laundered clothing in your bag so when you get home you can immediately unpack it. And then you know what? Within an hour of being home from whatever trip I'm on, I am in my pajamas, kicked up, feet on the sofa, relaxing, watching some Netflix because I've already unpacked, everything's put away, I don't have any laundry to do, and I can just relax. That is my big, big tip. I don't want you guys to be too terribly alarmed about the heat in September, but I just want you to be prepared for it. I mean, Dolphy says we were there the week after Thanksgiving this year. It was wonderful weather. You know, it's always warm in Florida. Even it's warm today. It's like in the 80s today, and here we are in January. So even when it's cold for us, it's still warm for other people. But this summer, it's very hot. I mean, you know, people say, how do you stay cool in the summer? You don't. You're just hot. And that's okay. It's a lot better than being cold, in my opinion. You're just hot. And then you cool off, and then you go back out in the heat. You get hot again. You cool off. It's not that big a deal to me. I don't mind it. I find it pretty easy to navigate after so many years of being here. But as long as you prepare yourself and you're like, yeah, it's going to be hot. It's Florida. That's just the way it goes. It's not the end of the world. You know, prepare to get there early in the morning when it's cooler. Enjoy the parks for as much as you can in the morning. When it starts to get pretty hot, you start feeling worn out and tired, hit your resort, get in a cold shower, take a swim in the pool, get clean, take a nap, get all refreshed, get your body cooled down, get changed into some fresh clothes, and then hit the parks again when it's a little bit cooler again. Deborah says, I was there December 8th to the 15th and it was freezing. That's the thing too, like December, January, February, March, the weather is like all over the map. It's either really warm, sometimes it's freezing cold. I've had times where there was one time we were sitting at Spice Road Table, which the outdoor cafe part, right on the Seven Seas Lagoon there. And we were sitting next to some people from Chicago who were dying because it was like 40 degrees out that night, 45 degrees, but with the wind chill factor, it felt like it was like 30. And they had space heaters out there, and we were having warm drinks and things like that, but they were like, oh my gosh, this is the coldest. Can you believe Florida's this cold? And we're like, yeah, we live here. We're used to it. It's not just that it's cold here. Just like you have humidity in the summer that makes it even hotter seeming than it actually is, that humidity doesn't really go away in the winter. When we go, oh wow, it's only 70% humidity today. Whew, that's like a nice dry day. But for most people where you're from, 70% humidity is massive. So when it's 30 degrees out and it's like 70 or 80% humidity, it's a damp cold. It's really damp. I think people from the UK get that because you guys have damp cold there. So you know what it's like when it's really damp and cold, and it can be pretty miserable. But yeah, it's definitely very different. Susan says, I saw a tip to bring a collapsible net laundry basket to keep the rooms clean and easy laundry. That's actually a really smart idea. I've never thought of that. Maybe I should do that on road trips, because usually I just use garbage bags. I pack garbage bags in my luggage because, you know, they're flexible and easy to pack. So I usually have a couple of garbage bags. And that's what I use to do laundry. And I got a roll of quarters, because usually we're traveling, we're doing road trips, and a lot of times hotels, motels, their guest laundry requires quarters. So that's why I do that. And of course I found you can buy usually little packets of detergent inside the guest laundry, but they're like $5 for one little packet for one load of laundry. So I just bring like those Tide Pod things in like a freezer bag, in a Glad bag or something like that, and pack that in my luggage, and it's real easy to do laundry that way. All right, guys, we've been chatting for well over an hour now. And I'm sure I see people are already leaving. It's dwindling down. So I had an opportunity to share with you guys what to expect for January 2019. We have a lot going on. There's going to be special dining experiences that we're going to have. I'm going to try to see if I can do a water park if possible, but I'm definitely later this month going to be going to Universal Studios and getting my annual pass for Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. There's going to be another Dia Box unboxing that I'm going to share with you. I have a video that I've already shot for a mega haul for a bunch of different stores that I'm going to share with you as well. And who knows what else? I know I have a bunch of other videos I've already shot that are for Magic Kingdom that I'm going to be sharing with you as well. Lots of great stuff to come. If you guys have particular, besides Flight of Passage, because I know you guys are going to ask for Flight of Passage and Space Mountain, I will definitely be working on those coming up. But if you have other types of videos that you want to see, special dining experiences, signature dining, any behind the scenes tours that you're interested in, any particular questions that you have about mobility, accessibility, fitting somewhere on plus size rides, that sort of thing, please you leave those questions in the comments down below, or join pammieplusparks on Facebook. Ask your questions there, leave them there, let me know what it is that you're looking for in videos for 2019, and I'll continue to try to give you some great content. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope that I'll see you for our next live chat. Hopefully it'll be next week. I'll continue to try to do these on a weekly basis. And in the meantime, I want you to remember this. Life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride. Good night, everyone, and Happy New Year.